Hi everybody, G.I.Jolie here. We're here at Border City Comics with Tim Gerard. We're going to be talking today about what I feel is the year's best comic book, Afterlife with Archie. What did you think when you first saw that title solicited?
Honestly, I thought it was a joke. I mean, I didn't think it was ever going to come out. And then I thought, well, another zombie book then. How good could it be? But it really surprised me, actually. I mean, it had a lot of depth of emotion, and it was just really well done.
Had you read any other zombie-ish titles before?
Not a lot, because I'm not normally a zombie guy, which is why I was kind of surprised I liked it as much as I did. I read a little bit of The Walking Dead, maybe the odd horror comic that had zombies in it, but I was never a zombie guy, so... I think the essence of the characters are still there quite a bit. I think he just approached it from a much more mature, modern sensibility. So you can relate to the characters a little bit more. They're not as much fluff with the characters, but I mean the essence is still there. So anybody that was reading that for the first time and had read Archie stuff before would still recognize the characters. So
how do you feel about Francesco Francovia's art? It's a complete departure from how we normally think of them.
Well, first of all, I love his art. I've loved his art for a while, and I was kind of stoked when I saw that he was going to be the artist on Archie. I didn't know how it would work, but when I saw that he was the artist on it, I was excited. But I think what his art does, even though it's still kind of cartoony still, but it's completely different. So unlike the old stuff like the Carlo and Montana, where it was really kind of cartoonish, and kind of really simple, Frankie Villa's art adds a little, even though it's cartoony, it adds a little bit of realism and darkness to the art. That kind of gives it the whole book that more mature and modern feel, I guess.
Okay, and another thing too that they're kind of doing differently, which they'd never really explored in Archie Comics before, is they're giving us more backstory about these characters.
I think it's important because if you're going to do a book like that that's going to have an emotional depth, you have to have character development, right? Unlike the old Archie stuff where, we knew the characters, but every issue was in service to the gag, right? It was never about a big arc, a big character arc, and have an emotional depth. Whereas this book was kind of about that. So you had to really develop the characters in order for us to care about them, right?
So, Tim, what kind of reader would you recommend Afterlife with Archie to?
I would recommend it to almost everybody. It's not really geared to young kids because it's a little bit... it's a little hardcore.
Yeah, sometimes it gets really viciously violent.
Yeah, viciously violent and also a little emotionally draining. But fans of horror comics, zombie comics, people who are fans of Archie maybe when they were younger and know the characters well and want to see what they're doing with the characters now. And honestly, anybody that's into a really good story.